Health Coach. Are you worried about your clients getting good results? Are you unsure of how to really help them achieve their health and wellness goals? Do you set them up with a bunch of action steps and then wonder why they don't actually do them? Well, if this sounds familiar, then keep watching, because this video is going to radically change the success rates that you have with your clients. So I'm going to share with you today the number one thing that will set you apart from other coaches and will ensure that your clients are motivated to make lasting changes in their life. Because that's what it's all about, motivation. So motivation is really what sets us behavioral change health coaches apart from other coaches who just really hold their clients accountable to their action steps. Without motivation or understanding the why, your clients have no foundation for change. They don't really know why they should or want to make any of these health and wellness changes in their life. And so without motivation and just having a bunch of action steps or recommendations from you, your client is likely going to fail. So here are my top 5 tips to help your client get motivated to reach their health and wellness goals, and you can start using these tips today. And I just want to remind you to stick around till the end, because tip number 5 is actually the one that's going to bring it all together. So number 1, you want to start with exploring your client's current state and the problem, the obstacle or challenge that they are having. Ask what's currently happening in this area for them and elicit the downsides, the negative impacts that they are experiencing. This type of exploration will help your client understand that things are not working right now, and they'll be motivated to move away from their current situation. Another powerful question here to tap into motivation is to ask, what would happen over the next 6 months or year if you don't actually make a change and improve in this area? And then at the end, offer a powerful reflection of this current state, all of these negative impacts, so that the client really hears why they need to make the change. Tip number 2, you're then going to want to move into exploring the future state with some visioning. This is all about getting your client excited and motivated for what's possible if they do make a change. So get them to imagine 6 months down the road, a year down the road, they've achieved their goals, and ask about all the positive benefits and possibilities that this change will have on their life and well-being. And then of course, at the end of that exploration, you'll want to reflect all of this back to the client to reinforce all of the good things that will be possible if they make this change. That's a huge motivator. Tip number 3, then you can move into helping your client explore their values. Because when a change is connected and aligned with values, your client will gain clarity, they'll have more purpose and a sense of direction, and they're going to be overall more motivated than if this change did not align with their values. So this type of values work can be done through assessments like the VIA, or simply by asking, how does this change and what's possible align with your values? Then tip number 4, another way to tap into motivation is to ask about previous experiences, skills, and resources that your client has. Ask if your client ever overcame or achieved something like this in the past. If so, what did they learn? What skills or abilities do they have? What resources can they draw upon? With this awareness, your client will be more motivated since they know they did it once before, they can do it again. And if you're finding these tips helpful, I'd really love for you to click below and subscribe so you don't miss any of my coaching tutorials. And now for tip number 5 that's going to bring it all together. The final step in tapping into motivation is to reinforce this all with a scaling question. So once you've explored all of these aspects of motivation, current state, future state, values, past experiences, you can bring it all together by saying, based on everything that we just talked about, on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to make this change over the next 3, 4, 6 months? If the client's an 8 to a 10, then the likelihood of success is high. If under 8, then you'll need to do some more work to really increase their motivation levels. So with these 5 steps in place, you'll help your client tap into their big why and set a foundation of motivation to increase their likelihood of reaching their health and wellness goals. Then next step in the coaching process will be to help your client develop a smart long-term goal and then develop a smart short-term action plan. So if you've ever doubted yourself as a health coach, I really encourage you to watch the video next on the right where I explain how I went from feeling like a fraud to being a confident health coach. Thanks for tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Take good care. Bye for now.